Welcome back to the UAE Tour stage number 3, major mountain stage, with a start here on the coast side of Al Quwain. Remco Evenepoel in the red leader's jersey after his time trial win on Tuesday, looking relaxed ahead of the first big test of the season. 145 riders take the start, with Evenepoel in red, Josh Tarling in white, Kees Bol in green and Jonathan Milan in the black jersey. This is the stage, 183 kilometers, the longest of this week-long stage race. We start in Al Quwain, then make our way to Ras Al Khaimah for an intermediate sprint at 80 kilometers to go, and then back inland for another intermediate sprint that comes at 25 kilometers to go. And then we go up to the Jebel Mobrat, a new climb, never done it before. Normally we do the Jebel Jais, which is slightly to the east of where we are now, but that was closed due to landslides. So Jebel Mobrat it is. Never an easy day at the office for Sylvain Dillier, who opts for the breakaway yet again, just like he did on the opening stage. But luckily for him today, he gets company in his teammate Jonas Rickaert. Sylvain Dillier picks up 8 points towards the black jersey. Maximum lead for Dillier and Rickaert around 8 minutes. And this is good training because these two guys are very important in the Spring Classics group around Mathieu van der Poel and Jasper Philipsen. Evenepoel seems relaxed at the back of the bunch with Mattia Cattaneo, the two teammates of Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe. Sylvain Dillier cruises through the second intermediate sprint, bringing his total to 24 points. And he thanks his teammate Jonas Rickaert for the help and the company. Gerrit Thijssen goes for the remaining points there, with Jonathan Milan in 4th position. And then it's time for the climb. 5 stars, 14.9 kilometers, 8.6% average. That seems doable, but the final 7 kilometers are 12% average. Really steep gradients in the final of this climb. The gap of our two leaders, Rickaert and Dillier, goes down as the gradients go up. And at 11.8 kilometers to go, a little wave to the camera there by Dillier, it's over. And at the back, riders start to drop when the gradients go up. The first part of the climb was hard, but not as hard compared to what is coming right now with the steepest part. We have Antonio Tiberi there in 2nd position. And Isaac Del Toro all the way at the back of the group. That seems like an odd place to be when you have ambitions for the general classification. First attack on the mountain was Chris Harper, and the second attack was Felix Gall, with Junior Lesser, Antonio Tiberi and Remco Evenepoel in that red leader's jersey at 5.6 kilometers to go. And Isaac Del Toro, he seems to be getting dropped from that group as Gall leaves Remco Evenepoel behind. He seems to be paying a little bit for that effort, Evenepoel, in that red jersey. On a very small gear right now is the Belgian of the Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe team. As Gall continues ahead of Tejada, Luke Plapp and Antonio Tiberi. Isaac Del Toro, he's making his way back up to the front, really pacing this climb perfectly. Finding himself a little bit too far back, but really keeping his cool, so to say, and making his way back to the perfect teammate, Adam Yates. Just over 4 kilometers of climbing to go, with an attack by Antonio Tiberi, and Remco Evenepoel goes off the back. Seems to be suffering from cramps today. Very hot day in the mountains, not a lot of wind to cool you down, and cramps are always a danger with the temperatures as high as today. The chasing group with Gall, with Tejada, with Plapp at 31 seconds, and the group with Adam Yates and Isaac Del Toro a little bit further back. It's pretty clear that Isaac Del Toro is the designated leader now at UAE Team Emirates, with Adam Yates doing all that work, Van Wilder, Van Eetveld in that group as well, as Remco Evenepoel is losing more and more time. We know these steep climbs are not his specialty, and it's all about pacing yourself and to limit the losses. 2.5 kilometers to go, and Isaac Del Toro goes on the attack with Lennart Van Eetveld in red. Jurgen Nordhagen tries to follow, but can't really keep the pace. And then Del Toro and Van Eetveld make it across to Gal and Tejada and Luke Plapp. Still 26 seconds ahead is Antonio Tiberi. The two riders, Tiberi and Del Toro, they started the day 2 seconds apart in the general classification. And with 1.4 kilometers to go, it's up to Del Toro to bridge the gap to the Italian. But it's a 28-second gap, and there's not a lot of climbing left for the Mexican. But he's got a really focused look on his face right now, dedicated to close the gap on Tiberi. But the closest he will get is 15 seconds. In the final kilometer now for Antonio Tiberi, seems to stall a little bit. Isaac Del Toro on a really big gear. 15 seconds is the closest he will get because Antonio Tiberi is on his way to the finish line. He can see him in front of him, Isaac Del Toro, but he cannot close that final gap because it's a wonderful day today for Antonio Tiberi. The 24-year-old from Italy, representing Bahrain Victorious, gets his first World Tour win in his career, the first of the season for his team, and a red leaders jersey as well. Isaac Del Toro crosses the line in second place. Only a few seconds down, making this a very interesting race between Antonio Tiberi and Isaac Del Toro in the general classification ahead of Saturday's second big mountain stage at Jebel Havid. Great ride as well by former winner Lennart van Eetveld in third. Remco Evenepoel crosses the line just over 2 minutes down on Antonio Tiberi. It's hard to come back from cramps. Tiberi has a wonderful day in the mountains here in the UAE Tour, bringing home his first World Tour win and the lead in the general classification. He beats Isaac Del Toro by 15 seconds. Van Eetveld, Tejada, Gal, Johannessen, Derek G. West, Jurgen Nordhagen, Ilan van Wilder and Luke Plapp completes the top 10. That means a big smile on the podium for this 24-year-old from Frosinone in Italy. The miniature trophy in his hand, but it's now all about that big final trophy on Sunday. A 21-second gap between him and Del Toro. Tejada, Van Eetveld, Plapp, Van Wilder, G. West, Gal, Nordhagen and Johannessen all in the top 10. He will start stage 4 in that red leaders jersey. But Saturday promises to be a fascinating stage. But first we have stage 4 on Thursday in the Emirate of Fujairah. 182 kilometers, just over 2,000 meters of elevation. A lot of small climbs, but we have a lot of sprinter teams here who want to have another bunch kick when we get back to Fujairah. That is stage 4 with Antonio Tiberi in the red leaders jersey in the UAE Tour. It promises to be a very exciting finale to this year's race with a battle between Antonio Tiberi and Isaac Del Toro.